Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Woodbine Racetrack here on Saturday. It is the 4th of October, 2025. Kind of like the ninth race from Woodbine, but before I get on to that, remember, please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean around the world. Let's look at the ninth race from Woodbine. It is the return of the Canadian International. It's a grade one event going for a $750,000 purse, race for 3-year-olds and upwards. Hill 10 horses going 2,400 meters or a mile and a half on the inner turf course. Since the pandemic, it seems like everything has changed post-pandemic, and horse racing, some things haven't gone back to normal. It seems like with the Canadian International, it really it lost something after 2019. It hasn't been back to its grade one event. I think, to a very good prestigious race like it was pre-pandemic. I think this year it's probably the best running in quite a few, in probably 6, 7 years. And hopefully, next year when they move this race back to the EPTL lawn, it could come back to that prestigious kind of race. But when I think about post-pandemic casualties of horse racing, this race always comes to mind because, like I said, it just hasn't been it's some great runnings. With that being said, I think this year is actually, like I said, best running in probably 6, 7 years. I'm gonna take 10 horse Nation's Prize top selection, 10-9-1-4 for me. The superfecta 10-9-1-4 super top selection 10 horse Nation's Pride 6-year-old horse Patel Filio, Godalvin Charlie Appleby trained Billy Longan comes in from the UK to ride. Ran the horse most recently, the Sword Dancer at Saratoga, a mile and a half on the 9th of August, and he finished third by 1/4 lengths behind Alcadorvis and Rebel Red. Sydney won. This horse stalked. He had lead. Alcadorvis caught him late. What can you do? This horse ran his heart out. Coming here to a little lesser quality race, back to a mile and a half, second off the bench, training well. I think he could find a trip to win. He ran two back in the Dubai Turf at Meydan, a mile and eighth on World Cup night, and finished 10th by 5 3/4 lengths. Over a shorter trip, he wasn't comfortable. He just never really got into it. He won the Singspiel prior to that here over at Meydan over the mile and eighth, quite impressed by 1 1/4 lengths, but it was against nobodies. When he runs against the shorter trips, he just doesn't really show up. He ran horribly at the Pegasus World Cup over a shorter trip, and the Bahrain Trophy over the mile and a quarter. He just had a horrible trip off the bench. You need the race there. But then he ran terrifically in the Arlington Million, very good place in the Manhattan, and then he won this race 2 seasons ago when the last ran it over the mile and a quarter quite impressively. I think back to a mile and a half, which it doesn't he only was won once that was as a 3-year-old Aqueduct quite a few seasons ago. But I think he could find that trip back to the winner's circle here today. I think he has hidden ability that could do wonders here. I'm going to use him on the ticket. I think the 9 horse break from the inside of him, Denson Denial for Jose Campos and Gail Cox could possibly find a piece fit. Third in the Singspiel on this turf, of course, wasn't half bad at all. And then prior to that in Niagara, the EPTL lawn, I thought he wanted some more ground, but he got down the race course well. He's a horse I think as the distances get longer, he's going to get better. Training well to this one. 15-1 as an upsetter. I'll give him a shot on the ticket. If there's going to be a horse running late, it's going to be him. But for sure, my selection for the ninth from Woodbine, it's grade one Canadian International. I'm going to take the 10 horse Nation's Pride. Give kudos to the 9 horse Dance in Denial. 10-9-1-4 super, 10-9 in the multi race. So go like 12, please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.